Losing fat after 30 isn't just harder, it's different. You might feel like your metabolism has completely stalled. You're gaining weight even while eating less. And no matter what you do, your body just isn't responding like it used to. And here's the truth no one is telling you. Every year after 30, your body naturally loses muscle. Your metabolism slows and your hormones shift unless you actively do something about it. But here's the worst part. It's not your fault. Most women are doing exactly what they've been told to: cut more calories, do more cardio, eat clean, but still feel stuck. And when it doesn't work, they all think it's them. I know because I lived it. At one point, I was almost 200 pounds. I was obsessed with eating clean, overtraining, cutting calories, and guess what? It wrecked my hormones and metabolism. I ended up at 90 pounds. I lost my period for years, and my body stopped responding completely. I was exhausted, inflamed, and stuck in the cycle of doing more and getting nowhere. But once I stopped listening to all of the bad fat loss advice and actually started working with my body, not against it, everything changed. Now I've helped over 1,000 women lose 5 to 40 pounds in just 90 days without extreme diets, excessive cardio, or feeling deprived. That's why I'm giving you the top 10 golden rules to losing fat, building muscle over 30. This is part 2, the final 5 rules that are gonna be game changer for you. And don't worry, I'll put part 1 at the end of this video and link it above so you can go back and watch it. These final 5 are going to transform your body, metabolism, and ultimately help you achieve sustainable results with your fat loss. And if you're tired of guessing what's keeping you stuck, I have something huge for you. I am hosting a free live masterclass on the 4 most effective solutions to eliminate stubborn belly fat for women 30 plus. I'm gonna be sharing with you the 4-step smart cut formula, my exact method for sustainable fat loss that has helped over 1,000 women 30 plus transform their body. Exactly how to reset your metabolism to balance your hormones, eliminate cravings, energy crashes, and weight gain. And I have a few more surprises up my sleeve. There's only 500 spots and they are filling fast. So if you want in, don't wait. Click the link in the description below and sign up now. Let's dive right into it. If your gut is inflamed, fat loss will be nearly impossible. Your gut bacteria control so many different things in your body. The first, how many calories you absorb from your food. Yes, 2 women can eat the exact same meal and absorb completely different amounts. Also, your ability to burn fat versus store it, and your gut bacteria even control your cravings and appetite regulation. See, most women are unknowingly wrecking their gut health by chronic dieting, over-restricting foods, eating foods that are triggering inflammation in the body. Even healthy foods can do this, and ignoring digestive issues like bloating, constipation, and food sensitivities. One of my clients, Jay, she came to me. She had intense cravings, chronic bloating, and constant anxiety. She wanted fat loss and was trying all of the things, fasting, cutting her calories, trying to throw in cardio, but nothing worked until we got to the root cause. Her gut, we improved her digestion, reduced inflammation, adjusted her training to work with her hormones and stress, and increased her food intake strategically so her body could actually burn fat again. She lost 25 pounds in 90 days, eating more food, and she did all of this training from home just 3 days a week. If you want to see exactly how we did it, check out Jay's full case study. I will link it above for you. We want to prioritize gut healing foods such as fermented foods, bone broth, and fiber-rich vegetables. This depends on the individual and your current gut health status. If you have mast cell activation, SIBO, or gut dysbiosis, some of those healing foods like fermented foods and bone broth could actually cause more gas and bloating until we get some deep gut healing done. And if you struggle with digestive issues, I'm gonna link above my full SIBO story taking you through how I actually healed myself from 15 types of parasites, H. pylori, SIBO, and even mast cell activation. The second thing we wanna do is stop starving ourselves. Chronic dieting, it wrecks your gut bacteria and it puts more stress on your already stressed body. And the third thing we want to do is address bloating and digestive issues. A strong gut health, strong metabolism. This one is counterintuitive, but true. If you've been eating the same 5 safe foods over and over, if you've cut out entire food groups, or if you're afraid of eating too much, then you're likely slowing your fat loss. I know this one firsthand. I used to eat the same foods every single day because it felt easy. But if you're eating the same foods constantly and we're dealing with leaky gut or chronic stress, can cause your body to start developing sensitivities to them. Let's talk a little bit about the why. See, your gut needs exposure to different foods to maintain a diverse microbiome. If you eat the same 5 to 6 foods every day, your gut bacteria shrink in variety, making digestion weaker. And if we ultimately eliminate entire food groups for long periods of time, and these micronutrient deficiencies, they impact your metabolism and hormones. And if we're chronically under eating or cutting out carbs and fats because of fear, this disrupts key hormones like your leptin, ghrelin, and thyroid hormones, making fat loss feel impossible. On my weight loss journey, I was tracking macros, eating clean, and following a strict meal plan, but couldn't lose that last 10 pounds of stubborn fat. The problem? My metabolism had adapted. I introduced variety back into my diet strategically and lost the final 10 pounds in just weeks without cutting calories further. Here are some simple ways to increase variety into your diet. The first, rotate your proteins, carbs, and fats, and stop fearing food variety. Having a carb, fat, and protein at each meal stabilizes your blood sugar, keeping you fuller, longer, and aiding in weight loss. Eat different vegetable and fiber sources to support your digestion and metabolism. I like to go to the frozen department and stock up on different organic vegetables and fruits because they won't go bad. I could have variety throughout my week and it makes it easier. And then cycle your macros to keep your body from adapting. If you're not sleeping well, you're making fat loss 10 times harder. I know some of you are doing everything right, eating clean, training hard, even tracking your food, but if your sleep is off, your body will fight against you. Here's what happens when you're not getting enough quality sleep every night. Your stress hormone cortisol goes up. Your body holds on to fat, especially in your belly. Your metabolism slows down. Your body burns fewer calories at rest. Your cravings spike. You start reaching for sugar, carbs, and caffeine just to get through the day. Your energy crashes, workouts feel harder, and recovery takes longer. Let me break this down for you. Women who sleep less than 6 hours a night tend to have a higher body fat even if they eat the same calories as someone who sleeps more. They also store more belly fat because cortisol stays high. And on top of that, they experience more cravings and hunger throughout the day. I learned this the hard way. I used to think I could just push myself through bad sleep, waking up at 4 a.m. for workouts, cutting calories, and forcing myself to just power through exhaustion. But I was bloated, inflamed, exhausted, and not losing fat. Once I fixed my sleep, minerals, and stress levels, my body started responding. And the same thing happened with my client Maroki. She was sleeping 4 to 6 hours a night, going to bed after midnight, waking up exhausted, craving sugar all day, and she was training hard, but her weight wouldn't budge, and she thought her metabolism was broken. We optimized her sleep, and within 90 days, she lost inches, eating more food, had more energy, and finally felt strong again. And on top of that, her cravings completely went away, and so did her sugar crashes. I'm gonna link above her full case study on exactly what we did to help her shed fat and transform her body eating more food. Focus on getting 7 to 9 hours of deep sleep, even if you don't think you need it. Try taking a magnesium supplement before bed to help calm your nervous system. I make a nightly hot chocolate elixir with my magnesium that is so delicious. I will link the full recipe above for you, and you need to check it out. It's all vegan too, and it's under 60 calories. And stop scrolling at night. Blue light, they block your melatonin, which is going to be that sleep hormone. Let's talk about fasting and low carb diets, because I know a lot of you are doing them in a way that's actually making fat loss harder. If you've been skipping meals, doing long fasts, or cutting your carbs super low, and now you feel stuck, exhausted, bloated, or even gaining weight, this is why. Fasting too long raises your cortisol, which is your stress hormone. This tells your body to store fat instead of burning it. Your thyroid slows down. Your metabolism drops, so your body burns fewer calories. And overdoing fasting, your female hormones get out of balance. Low progesterone means more cravings, mood swings, and stubborn fat. Your hunger hormone, leptin, drops, so you feel starving all of the time, which can lead to overeating. I see this all the time. My client came to me, she was doing all the fasting and carnivore because she thought it would help her lose fat faster. Initially, the first few weeks, yes, she saw results, but a few months later, she had zero energy. She was constantly stressed. She was gaining weight, even in a caloric deficit, and she felt inflamed no matter what she ate. Once we shortened her fasting window and added carbs back in strategically, she dropped her final 5 pounds without cutting more calories, had more energy, better digestion, and finally felt lean, strong, and balanced again. Keep fasting short and flexible. Most women do best with a 12 to 14 hour max fast, not 16 plus hours every day. Really prioritize on eating protein and healthy fats in the morning to keep blood sugar stable, and use carbs, especially around your workouts or in the evening, to support your hormones and recovery. And make sure to listen to your body. If you're feeling tired or moody, it could be a sign that your hormones need more support. The bottom line, fasting and low carb diets can work, but not if they're extreme or done long term without adjusting for your hormones. You don't build muscle in the gym. You build it in recovery. And if you're constantly exhausted, stressed, and under-recovered, your body will never prioritize fat loss. Poor sleep increases cortisol, which leads to more fat storage. And overtraining equals less muscle, more stress, and a sluggish metabolism. Recovery is when your body repairs, burns fat, and builds muscle. And without it, progress stalls. As I mentioned, sleep is so important. Aim for 7 to 9 hours a night of the deep sleep. Prioritize parasympathetic activities like breath work, deep relaxation, and stress management. Utilize active recovery days with walking, stretching, deload weeks, and yoga to really bridge the gaps in your training. The better you recover, the faster you'll burn fat. This is one of the biggest things keeping women stuck. One bad meal doesn't ruin your progress. One missed workout doesn't mean you should quit. Your body doesn't respond to perfection. It responds to consistency. If you get stuck in the all or nothing mindset, you're gonna start over every Monday instead of staying consistent. Think you need to restrict yourself so much that you end up binge eating and thinking of workouts as more of a punishment to get stronger. I was stuck in this all or nothing mindset, and I wanna share a few tips with you. The first one, focus on progress, not perfection. There is no such thing as a perfect week. There's always gonna be ups and downs. But if you take all of those struggles and you get a game plan and you overcome them, you're gonna continue to progress, and nothing is going to stop you from reaching your goal. Create a long-term sustainable approach instead of extreme diets. And give yourself grace and keep going. Consistency over time is what wins. If you stop quitting, you'll start seeing real results. If you've been struggling with fat loss, it's not because you're not trying hard enough. It's because your approach just doesn't match what your body needs after 30. That's why these 10 golden rules are a complete game changer. Earlier, we talked about how most women over 30 struggle with fat loss, not because they aren't trying hard enough, but because they aren't working with their body's metabolism, hormones, and fat burning potential. That's why I'm hosting a free 90-minute live masterclass sharing with you the 4 most effective fat loss solutions to lose stubborn fat for all of my women 30 plus. I'm gonna drop all of the details in the description below. And in this live masterclass, you're gonna discover how to lose 5 to 40 pounds of fat without restrictive diets or endless cardio. The truth about hormones and your metabolism so your body starts working for you and not against you, and my simple cut formula, the exact step-by-step process that I use to help over 1,000 women drop fat and build muscle effortlessly. I mentioned this before, spots are limited. If you haven't signed up yet, now is your chance. Don't wait until next month or next year. This is a strategy that has helped thousands of women finally lose fat, build muscle, and feel confident in their bodies again. If you missed part 1 on the first 5 golden rules to building muscle and dropping fat over 30, I'm gonna put it here for you to check out.